podcast like this. Who gon' bring it to the table? Boss talk. Who your girlfriend favorite? Boss talk. We gon' do it how you want it. Boss talk. Yeah, everybody on it. Boss talk. It's a unique hustle.
Check it. This is Unique Hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, official Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
Nothing, you know, my dad walk on. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. Our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. Threads. Just type in Boss Talk Podcast 101 and you can find us everywhere. Streaming podcast is available. But if you want to see our visuals, because a lot of people don't do visuals, but we let y'all in on that. Go to our YouTube channel. Sign up for our membership. How you can find our membership easy on your phone. Look, there's a link under every video and it'll say join us, subscribe, join our membership. Click on it. It takes you straight to our membership. We thank you for all the support and we love you.
Man, hey man, listen man, we got a special guest in here today. He don't need no introduction, man. He frequents the show, man. I think it's Hezeleo in the building.
Yeah, yo.
Man, that Pimp C is, man, he's shining. You blinging, man.
What you talking about?
Man, I just like the merch, man. The merch is going down, man.
Oh, you like the mask?
Yeah, the mask and just the whole, and then the supplementation hoodie.
Yeah. I got the mask on for a reason, though.
Why do you got a mask on?
Young Heezy bust me in my shit.
What?
Yeah, he was listening to an old record that I had, and I called his mama a bitch. And he said, who you was talking about? I say, my other baby mama. He used to say, you a damn lie. Them kids wasn't even born. Bop, nigga, bust me in my shit.
Damn, man.
Come on, man.
Lil Pimp. Lil Corey.
Nah, Young Heezy.
Young Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, damn, the kids jumping on the daddies now?
Yeah, man, that's
How old is he?
He about 25.
Still old to be doing all that now.
That's how these demons is these days.
But you see, when they're that old, you can't really do nothing. Except from pop them in the mouth like a Jesus.
You can fight back.
But what is that gonna accomplish though?
Well, these days you got to assert your dominance. You know, these niggas like little monkeys and we the silverbacks. So we gotta let them know all that silver in our beard. That's what being a silverback motherfucking gorilla. You know what I'm talking about?
So you think he got a point?
Yeah.
He learned his lesson?
Nah, I didn't do nothing. I just took that lick.
So I know you haven't been on here in a while. So what have you been up to recently? Because I know you've been up to a lot. Because when we look on your social media, you always talking a whole bunch of stuff.
I've been
about
on
everything.
Employment line trying to see what is hitting folk. Nah, I've been on the grind like usual. You know, this and that, everything that I touch. You know, all the stuff I put my hands on.
Always so many different businesses. Any new businesses that popped up since then?
Man, to be honest, I was about to launch one, but it had to do with the whole weight loss thing. So I got up to a lossage of about 62 pounds, and I was shooting for 100.
What were you doing? What you doing?
I had been juicing, blending fruits, bunch of exercise.
Oh, you've been doing that. So no meals. You just been straight juicing?
Well, back then it was minimal meals. But after I went and tried Trill Burger, you know what I mean? When Corey got out of prison, it kind of threw me off, and I've been fighting
to get back.
Yeah. I picked up a little something back, but not a bunch. But
yeah, because you look smaller than you did the last time when we interviewed.
Still?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Let's shout out the Texas Rangers, man, for making it to the World Series.
Wow.
Let's just go and shout them out right now.
Real.
We wearing this for a reason, man. Let's go and get it popping right now.
Who the hell is that?
The Rangers?
Yeah.
Baseball team.
Oh, you watched that?
Stop playing, man. I'm in Dallas, man. I got to do what I got to do, man.
Motherfucking sport. You a creator. You always traveling, man. You ain't watching.
But you got to know what's going on.
On what?
In every platform.
All I know is I'm black.
Wow. Man, I heard you the other day, man. I seen a clip, and you said something and messed me up. You said something about you wasn't with Pimp them first or not. You went
in the
on,
90s.
and you said in the 90s, some niggas talk like they know everything about UGK or whatnot, but you was really saying, no, I didn't meet them till like the ending part, but I knew of them. What was that all about?
Well, I get a lot of, because we make content, we get a lot of comments, inboxes, this and that. So I get all these UGK historians that just know everything. And what I'm trying to tell them is, me being from Port Arthur, Texas, which the population is about 50,000, just because I seen these guys walking around, dap them up, smoke joints with them, that don't mean I know them, and it damn sure don't mean I know everything about their music endeavor. I've been knowing them boys since the 80s, but I'm never going to claim I know everything that was going on. That would be cockamamie.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be the truth, huh? Like, because you can't nobody know everything that was going on.
Right, you have to have no life at all, have to be a no business born, pigeon-toed, knock-needed motherfucker paying attention to niggas that damn close. Nigga, back in the 90s, I was smoking dip, going in and out of jail, boxing niggas, talking about damn near 150 fights up under my belt. When y'all gonna ask me about me, man?
Damn, you acting like Goldmouth when I had him on here. He didn't want to talk about Jeezy no more. He was done with talking about Jeezy. He said he want to talk about himself and what he got going.
I just want to talk.
so I mean, I know you seen Super Tight. Shout out to Bobo.
Yeah.
I seen Edgar interview where he talked about Pimp C the night of that he passed, and it's the whole, the whole surrounding theory of what people feel happened, what he felt happened.
Right.
What did you take from that? I gotta ask you that.
I would say that Ed being a family member, maybe he had been sitting with something too long and just wanted some therapy, you know what I mean? And he did what he did. Some things I'm not talking about, When the time is right, I might do some talking, but some things is just, I didn't think it was the time for that. But that's his kinfolk, so I'm not holding it against him. He's still family, Bobo family. So if that's what they demonstrated, okay, that's what it is. But they got a little slack off of that from a bunch of people, and you know what I'm saying, however they dealing with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just know that that's something that's during the time that you was dealing with them. And you basically, as far as that night and that day and the things early on, I heard so many things. I wasn't there, but I've heard that was at the funeral, there was snipers on the roof. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know because I wasn't there. I heard that of course, the funeral home called me. They told me how the body was delivered and all kind of stuff. It's crazy. They told me he went to a white funeral home. Yeah. And not a black one. And that was real odd to them. That's what they told me on the phone.
Yeah.
That's how much me and you talked about Pimp C on Boss Talk 101. So a big part of that is me dealing with you because I met you before I met anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I believe that them black funeral home missed that motherfucking money. Now, it was a bunch of crazy shit going on prior. We had just left Dallas, crazy big show. Go back to the high rise, cutting records, having good family time. And he was just on some shit about what he was about to do because he had done read everybody. He was one of them dudes, he'll sit back and watch you to analyze to see, do I need this nigga around me or do I need to get this nigga the fuck away from me? And so he had analyzed everybody and he felt like, man, this core little group I got right here, from the artists to his personal assistants to just all the people, the security, everybody, he felt like he had something really strong and he appreciated it. And so he told us what he was about to do. So a lot of us felt like a weight was taken off our shoulders. Our brother finna go to Cali, kick this field goal, come back and bless everybody game, and we can really mash on this shit, budgeted this time. Because everything we had been doing was off the cuff. UGK posse niggas, all them niggas was thousandaires. You know what I mean? But it is something I'm gonna let you in on. Make sure you remind me. So everybody was thousandaires shaking and baking on their own, but Big Bro was like, UGK Records about to be funded. We're gonna get this distribution. So when I come back, we're gonna drop this project. UGK Posse got the big nuts, all that type of shit. And we had started recording probably like 6-7 joints, you know what I mean? 2 of them wind up going on Naked Soul, and one went on Still Pimpin'. I think that was released by Rap A Lot.
Wow. Yeah, I could say it was just a trying time when you look back at that history, that whole thing, how it unfolded. You know, I know you. How's Corey doing since he came home? I know you've been talking with him and everything.
It's one of those deals where he's coming of age, so his awareness is different. You
Okay.
see, when he was a kid, you got all these elements coming at him. All these people claiming to be friends, family, this and that, this and that. He can't differentiate that because he's a kid. But 18, 19, 20, then he go spend 2 years in prison. You know a nigga gonna wake up if he goes some grown man environment like that. So right now he got questions and he just, you know what I'm saying, want to know certain stuff. And I'm just trying to be as instrumental as I can to, hey, this is what I know about this, you know, from music to life, just anything. So somebody was like, are you their manager? No, I'm not a manager. I'm on some conductor type shit. I'm damn near touching on every aspect of life because these are young men and they need direction. And unfortunately, his father is gone. And so niggas be screaming all that, we got love for Pimp C. Man, we repping for Pimp. How in the fuck is you repping with your motherfucking hands on your pocket, in your pocket, tightening up your wallet, making sure nothing come out? Nigga, you ain't doing nothing but talking.
Wow. And like, that's something you think about it. You hear all the Pimp C stories. If you put it in, of course, mine gonna pop up. I'm gonna pop up Pimp C, Pimp C, Pimp C, Pimp C. I did call Corey. I've reached out to him. I know we supposed to be linking up, and I ain't tripping on that. And I could talk, and I reached out to him before that as well, even when he was locked up.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you look at like all of these different people that speak on the Pimp name, I asked Bun the same thing when I was talking to him. You know, like how, you know. What is the results of what one would want to see with the legacy of Pimp C? Really is pretty much what I be getting at. Like, because if nobody speaks on Pimp C, good, bad, or nothing, then he'll fade out. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and that would be a disservice.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
Think
you're talking
about
about a iconic legend. They keep Tupac and Biggie in the conversation.
Correct.
And we gonna damn sure keep Chad Butler in the conversation.
That's what I be thinking about.
But it's also gonna come with some residual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't just gonna be funky breath niggas talking about the pimp. It's gonna be some things put together, some paper flips so them youngsters could put something in their pocket and move on along because they really young and they got a chance to do anything they want to do in this world, rather it's music, act, social media, own any kind of business. They can do whatever they want. This world is wide open. And when you have people who so say they love you, have all these resources, bitch ass niggas drop out.
Wow. And you know, and like I said, when
Corey Mo.
Oh, Corey Mo. Oh, you name dropping today.
What you mean? I always do. You know what I mean?
So
come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you look at like these guys, man. Even when, like I said, when I say Bun and me, we talked, and I was trying to figure out like, okay, where do we want to be? If you don't talk about Pimp, really think about this, you know. And I didn't say this to Bun, but I'll say this to you. If you don't talk about him, they got these things now that's real popular. What they're doing is they make a my brother was just talking about it. They'll do a docu-series, and they'll just put his picture up and they'll tell the story the way they want to tell the story. I'm being real. This is happening all over YouTube now.
I see it on YouTube.
It's everywhere. And like, if you don't talk, people like you, people like Bun, people like Bobo, people like Edgar, people like, if you don't talk about Pimp C, then you just gonna get lost in the sauce, and then somebody else is gonna tell the story.
Right. I think some people that's close to the fam, they almost think it's a fine line that they're overdoing it, and they don't want to seem like they're trying to benefit off his name. But I'm transparent. Like, I'm not a hoe ass nigga pulling slick moves. Everything I do is right there in your motherfucking face. We broke bread on t-shirts right after he passed. Me and Mama West, she told me to stop the Pimp C Forever t-shirts, and I did. When Corey came of age, we restarted him. You know what I mean? That's why the Trill has have Pimp on the side. I cut him in so he can put some bread in his pocket before he went, and while he was in, and while he out. And we in touch every day. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. So you saying before he went in, you put the Pimp on side of the hat so that Corey could benefit from it?
Yeah, we started the Pimp C Forever shirts back before he went in. And then when he went in, I've been selling these hats for years.
Of course.
Been selling Trill gear for 23 years. So when he went in, I put Pimp on the side of the hat to get him a slice of the pie.
That's all.
I cut him in.
And that's what people don't understand. And I tell the story all the time, and I'll never stop telling it. When I first met you, it was in this parking lot. It was down a little bit, and I was walking, and I seen you, and I was like, man, you know, you had some shirts then. You had some stuff then. I got a CD from you. It was CD time back then.
Love it, man. Miss it. Crying and on the inside.
But the thing, we talked about the Pimp C shirt, and you was like, man, that it goes to, you know, the family. And I think that's what people don't understand. And man, you did that. That was right after Pimp had died. Really, you was still in the streets doing your thing.
Right, and a lot of people, because they don't know, they want to associate me with everybody else doing something. But the fact is, when you look a little closer, you'll see it's directly connected. Me and Mama was together damn near every day until I just had to move around and wave that flag, because we couldn't do it from PA going to these invites. We had a lot of favor from the bigger artists and whatnot, but it was more or less like, come hang out with us. And I was telling Mama, straight business, for the label, we're going to have to solidify something. You know what I mean?
Wow. So let's talk about that for a second. You was with Pimp C mother, Mama West, when when he passed, you was with her. Just give me some of those times, man, the difficult times that when you, because to lose a son is crazy, but to lose a son, Pimp C for sure, is throwed. What were some of the things that you noticed in her, months out after that kind of concerned you?
I'm going to take you before he got out all the way up short. So before he got out, you could tell a lot of fight was taken out of her, but she still had this hope, you know what I mean? And so it was a bunch of false calls about him coming home, but then it finally was like, he's coming home. When he came, she was complete. It was a different glow about the house, her confidence, just everything. She was complete. And they was like, man, they were buddy, like that's our only child, you know what I mean? And the relationship was crazy. So to have him for that short period of time, it was like she got robbed and somebody stole a life out of her. So the transition from before he came home to when he came home to now he gone, like she really just floating, trying to figure it out, you know what I mean? And she got questions because she felt like he didn't just pass away on no promethazine type shit. And remind me to tell you about the promethazine story when we left Dallas and, you know what I'm saying, went back to the high rise. So she felt like she was robbed of her child just that quick. And after that, we were going to Ozone Awards 08. So he passed 07. We at the Ozone Awards 08 doing a tribute that Bun put together. With, you'll see it on YouTube and whatnot. And shout out to Julie Berry for that opportunity. It was supposed to be the UGK posse doing the tribute song for Pimp, but somebody voted that out. But somehow MJG from A-Ball and MJG, he missed his flight. So Bun hit me like, say, you want to do this? Boom, you remember this song? I'm like, hell yeah, boom, boom, boom. So I actually got on there and performed too. But we was upstairs, and they also gave us these merch tables. We was upstairs moving the Pimp C Forever shirts, and we kept the same design so people wouldn't get it confused. And while we up there talking a windy day next to either 97.9 or whomever that was, Mama got a phone call. When she got up, she walked away, and she just screamed and almost dropped on the floor. Here it is again. Her mama just passed away.
Wow.
So it was back to back.
So her mama passed away, right?
Back to back.
How far had it? That wasn't far.
Nah, because Pimp passed in December 07. Her mother passed sometime in 08.
Wow.
Whenever the Ozone Award was.
Just right afterwards.
So we go to that funeral. You know what I mean? And we hold her up, Bun, Red Boy, a few other folks, you know what I'm saying, from the team. We traveled to Louisiana. I believe it was Crowley, Louisiana. We go out there and we hold the family up, you know what I mean? Come back, everything, trying to get back together. Then my brother died, you know what I mean?
Wow.
The shit was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Wow. And just took everything in you to try to focus and keep going and pushing through, huh?
I just had a new baby, you know
had to keep it moving.
And I seen all the motion that we had created, and it was like, I didn't even give myself time to mourn. I just kept grinding. And bitch ass niggas was steady throwing darts at me, you know what I mean? Trying to break a nigga down, but that was one of the worst times in my life and shit. So if I made it through that shit, then I lost my mother, you know what I'm saying, a few years after that, and right after Mama West. Man. So I made it through all that shit, nigga. I'm ready, nigga. What? Know what I'm talking about?
It's instilled in him. You know what I mean? So give me you was on that stage a few times. I know Toe Down just left here talking about Pimp C on the stage and how erratic it got. You know, some of the times when, you know, some of the things that stuck out to him that happened. Like, what was some key element moments that you seen Pimp on the stage and you basically like, dang, did that just happen?
Trill Stories. Okay. Shout out to OG Percy, man.
OG Percy, man.
Say, man, this shit fresh on my mind because somebody was just fucking with me about this here. We in Dallas at some kind of convention center or whatever.
Okay.
And so we walk on the stage and Pimp doing his thing, shit chaotic. A nigga throw a diamond ring on the stage, you know what I mean? I pick that bitch up, you know what I mean? At the end of the show, I check with Pimp, say, man, is your ring? Like, nah, nigga, shit ain't mine. Whoop, put that bitch in my pocket. But while we on stage, one of the sound people on the stage hand me a microphone and shit. So I don't know if him and Pimp had a pre-conversation, so I'm thinking, oh, Pimp must want me to do some ad-libs. So I'm on that bitch, I'm hitting some Pimp C UGK ad-libs, but that shit got the feeling good to me. I start hitting them Hezeleo ad-libs. Hey, y'all, know what I'm talking about? And I did that shit and I seen Pimp jump, then he start trying to look where that motherfucking microphone was, and that nigga spotted it, and I had that bitch getting it in. You know what I'm talking about? Damn, I'm talking about fucking his show up. That nigga walked over there smooth as a bitch, looked at me, did like this and say, give me that motherfucking mic. And I handed it to him and shit, man. That nigga walked off. That nigga say, no.
Yo, so he had to get you. You got out of control.
Yeah, nigga say, man, how you felt when Pimp did that? I say, like a little child, embarrassed in the bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But those are teachable moments, man.
Yeah, the video lives forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's the cold part about it, man. So when you think about like what's going on today, far as in the music, how do you feel about the way the music is transitioning today? Back then it was CDs, of course. Back then it was a lot of different avenues, tangible avenues. Now you definitely got to use your merch and stuff. But just the music, man, being that the streams don't equate to much. You heard Snoop talk about that one day. Mm-hmm. You know, about how you're not making that kind of impact the way you used to with the money. Even so much so, even with the visuals, because of like the internet and stuff, the writer strike and all that. This stuff is causing a rift because of the way the monetary things are being diminished, to be honest with you.
Right.
What do you think about it? How do you deal with it? Like, did you know the history of it? You've seen the transitioning of it. What do you think?
I think that Prince was trying to tell us that this age was coming. And I remember he did this big box set of his music and he sold it for like $100 and some, and I paid close attention to what he was doing. Kept trying to warn us. Michael Jackson kept trying to warn us. But for the hustlers in this music shit from the urban community, rap, the unity and the togetherness to you bring potatoes, I bring cheese, and we make au gratin. We not doing that. We trying to get a little information over here, over there, and we ain't combining the shit. So now we getting boxed out because all these millions of streams, you ain't getting shit for them hoes. So when the dinosaurs such as myself and a lot of the other guys out of H-Town that was popping trunks, selling CDs and whatnot, when people started telling you, I ain't got a CD player in my car no more, boom, a light bulb should have came on. I never tripped because I always sold clothing too, you know what I mean? So coming together with the merchandise, it changed from guerrilla marketing to pop-up shops. And we saw more of and I don't mean no disinfect, but we saw more of the hipsters, the nerd type kids, the skateboarders doing the pop-up shops, the street niggas, the guerrilla marketers. We was in the parking lots and in the hoods and shit. If you didn't convert fast enough, you got left behind. I just kept converting, and then in 2015, when the conversion would just kind of locked me out, I created something else to come back and open this bitch back up and put myself back in, which I did. So I feel, to sum it up, the resources and the options that's out there, when you learn something and you really fuck with a nigga, you need to pull that nigga in and sit down with that nigga and see what he got to bring to the table too. These niggas is thinking we gonna live forever, so they trying to keep they little shit all covered up. I don't know shit about shit. You know what I mean? You bitch ass nigga going walk into Spotify, walk into YouTube. Them white folk telling your bitch ass something, and you need to bring that goddamn conversation back to the ant mound, motherfucker.
Man, that's real.
Come on, man.
I just want to see the music, go forever and last forever, man. I don't want to see them water down the films either. Like, I want to see everybody get the respect they deserve for their artistry. You know what I'm saying?
I think creative.
You got to get creative. You got to figure out ways to make it make sense to where a person can feel good. I believe we got to get back to hand to hand, but I don't know how we do it. But I would love to see it.
Those
I don't think it's gonna ever happen.
The merch for
it's
sure.
happening now.
Yeah.
The hand to hand.
Yeah, but you got to be strategic.
Everything is online.
It is. But when you're doing it all, you capitalizing off online, you're getting back with a physical presence. And so that's what I'm teaching my son and young pimp right now. Them pop-up shops, you got to get in them people's face, take them pictures, hug them babies, sell them CDs, and you let them know this CD ain't never coming out again. This is just a limited run. You sell them hats and them T-shirts, and you make so many connections that way. I think
you said it in a nutshell. It's a lot of times, man, the internet, I see you getting to it, man. Like, you always trying to figure something out. What was the ninja thing about?
The ninja thing has to do with the weight loss.
Let's talk about it.
You guys are my friends, so I'll tell you. The blending ninja is actually a business in itself. It's a juicing and blending business. I was buying a damn step van, rapping blending ninja all on that hoe. I was gonna tell everybody in my second book how I lost 100 pounds, and here's these goddamn juices and these recipes I've been blending. But I'm fighting like a motherfucker. Them Oreo cookies and triple chocolate cakes with ice cream color, man.
It's hard. It's hard.
And everybody around me hungry like a motherfucker.
It ain't impossible. You gonna do it?
It's not, because I'm still jumping on the floor doing push-ups. I'm still sit-ups. I'm still treadmill. But it's just everybody I'm around act like they just dull on trying to be better. They just love the way the food tastes. And
you gotta convert them. Well, instead of them being a bad influence on you, you need to be that good influence on them.
My impact ain't strong enough. You ever smoke cracks?
No.
Okay. No. So it's like everybody on crack. I'm trying to kick it, and I kicked it for a while, but I keep going in the same environment, and they still lighting up straight shooters, and I go to smelling that motherfucking work, and I wants me some. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying.
So when you look at how they portray that Pimp, we're gonna go back to him, that he was, like on the serve, and this is how he passed. I'm gonna go back to that. Mm-hmm. Like, do you agree with that being a portion of something? Because I heard it was no test or nothing like that. No autopsy. Was it an autopsy, or do you remember?
I believe it was.
It was, okay.
Yeah, I believe it was.
But it didn't show no traces of nothing.
I believe what they were looking for, they found small traces of it.
Okay.
And they wanted to attribute that towards his death. But I don't believe that personally from the conversations with me and Mama. I'm glad you brought that back up, because this is the part I was going to tell you. When we were leaving Dallas that day, heading back to the high rise to cut those records and all that, me, him, and Ivory P was sitting in the hotel parking lot right in front of the hotel. And he sipped a little drink whenever he felt like it, but he wasn't no frequent drink head, you know what I mean? So he was like, P, man, what nigga get some drink at, man? R.I.P. Ivory P. Man, what nigga get some drink at? He like, man, I got a little 3.5 for a 4 right here. He say, let me see it. And he like, here you go, man. And he took that bitch. He say, that is about a 3.5, huh? He popped that bitch and he gloop, 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 knocked that bitch down straight.
Wow.
Yeah. So the whole trip back from Dallas to Houston, he was in a van. He was knocked out in the van and shit. And so when we got back to the high rise, we get outside the car and everybody talking, congregating. They're like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, shit, we ain't gonna leave him in the damn van. Let's wake him up and help him upstairs. So we woke him up, helped him upstairs. He was really groggy. His voice was like really gravelly. And so when we got him upstairs, he was like, man, we finna record and we finna do this and we finna do that. And I'm like, this nigga voice is out of there. We ain't finna do shit.
Yeah.
And I had this little slim reindeer looking little pretty. Let me tell you about this biz. Like, I had this little mama waiting on me, man. Couldn't wait till I get home. So I'm like, man, I'm finna go to the crib. Y'all niggas ain't finna drop no records. This shit gonna sound like shit. And I shout out, you know what I mean? Got my Kagoga, my Castle Great School. Got to have it. Know what I'm talking about? So the next day, them niggas called me like, man, you should have came back. I'm like, why? He said, man, we cut by 3-4 records. I'm like, how y'all cut 3-4 records? Man, that nigga voice was out of there. So they like, man, listen. And them niggas push play. And that nigga on hooks and shit, that nigga rapping. I say, man, I told girl, get your goddamn hands off me. Jump back in the lack and smash back and finish cutting the records. And what he did that made me feel so inclusive and so loved and so part of this shit, man. I hate this shit over with. Damn it, man.
Yeah, but
you ass nigga glad, huh? Nah, nigga, we still fighting and kicking. Know what I'm talking about? Yeah, yo. So when I got back, man, he like, man, we left these verses open for you, man. Go on, write your verses. Almost cried, my nigga.
Are you serious, man? Because and what I'm gonna tell you this that really messed with me. And here's the deal. When you said something the other day, when last time we was on here, me, you, Mr. Lee, and Bobo, remember that? Mm-hmm. And you was like, man, they took you off of some verses. Mm-hmm. Was that some of the verses that you were talking about?
Exactly.
So it meant so much to you.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And they took you off because they found bigger names, of course, to try to
business. Yeah, but at the same time, intimate moments like that, business people don't give a fuck about that. But that's something you tie to for the rest of your life. So I didn't ever feel like, ooh, I'm gonna run to the public and try to get the arms of the angel hug on me to make me feel better. Fuck it. Business-wise, they took me off of damn near 4. They left me on 2. And I might have traces and remnants of the ones that I was on. So one day I might just splash them bitches in your motherfucking ear, nigga. Fuck
man.
You,
so and that's the game. You know, something Bun said that sticks out to me is that he said once he's gone, that there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna start coming out because he said he feel like people right now are not gonna do it with him being still alive.
Right. I would agree with that.
Because they know the repercussions that'll come behind it.
I would agree with that.
That makes sense, huh?
It happens with everybody.
Wow.
But the thing is, we're not gonna even be here that long. So we got to love each other, man. We got to start hearting each other while we here, my nigga. Look how many people you done lost like that.
Yeah, I just lost a homeboy the other day.
A nigga told me I laugh too much and I clown too much. You goddamn right, nigga. I'ma have fun with the rest of this motherfucking time I got on this earth, and I'ma heart my people, and I'ma help as many as I can. Fuck you sour-hearted ass niggas.
Wow. Man, so how tough is you finding this stuff in the comments, Heezy, or this niggas telling you that? Cause I don't think too many niggas run up on you telling you a whole bunch.
Man, niggas is, man.
These niggas is not that
and sometimes it ain't even niggas. It's little old 4'11" white niggas. Little old funky ass, one troll ass motherfucker who ain't never did nothing but dick ride for transportation to and from anywhere he went. He still hating on a nigga 18 years, man.
Really?
Come on, man. Bitch ass nigga.
So when you go back to Port Arthur, is there anything signifying like a mule or stuff of Pimp C?
I think they did a new one.
Okay.
But when I'm in PA, I'm fucking with trill ass niggas that I really fuck with. You know, family members and shit like that. And I'm glad you asked that because that brings me to what I'm doing right now. I got this okay, trill stories, original gangsters and hustlers. I'm taking the goddamn covers back and showing you why the word trill was even uttered. I'm showing you the niggas, the stories. I'm showing you all of the bottom, the slugs, the bugs, the worms. The niggas went did all that time. The bona fide street trill niggas that made that whole motherfucking city move the way it moved and made motherfuckers interested in wanting to hear them raps and that content.
Wow. When is this gonna happen?
We already shot the first episode. My nigga PA Black, we gonna drop that bitch probably maybe Saturday, hopefully. Then I got all kind of other niggas. And these are people that Bun know also. This is very verifiable people who done did 15, 20 years, people who done caught bodies in all kind of shit, gang bangers, niggas who done got shot 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Like, I'm not going trying to exploit their stories. I just always was trying to get in position to go back and find the niggas that came up like me and try to give them some options and resources because they were so fucking brave. So them being that damn brave, doing some bullshit, what could they really do in this world where all these opportunities are abundant? They keep niggas like that out of corporate America because they know they gonna excel. They want that type of nigga knuckle dragging. They want that type of nigga doing some shit where he ain't gotta use his mind, he just gotta use his body. That John Henry shit. You see what I'm saying? Somebody have to take our people out of that John Henry shit, and it sure ain't gonna be me. Them motherfuckers stubborn in the bitch.
Wow, I trip off the fact, man, that you know you stayed down with the whole cause and the movement and what you were a part of. God put you in a situation where you was with the family. You know, those detrimental last 2-3 years that you dealt with them. Those were some explosive times, bro. Like, what do you think, Pimp? Do you think Pimp would be happy with what you're doing right now with the brand and the way that you're living your life when it comes to representing his name?
I would think he would be pleased. Resources, I'm not willing to do some of the shit I used to do. So I probably could have shot past, 100 yards 10 times by now. But I've been so blessed that I basically want to move the way I'm moving. You know what I mean? I don't want to clip myself trying to risk it all to do this no more. I got bona fide ways that turn, so I want to keep that type of shit going. But what I've done with what I have is tremendous. Every day somebody hit me and be like, man, when I got out of jail, you did this for me. Man, you did this for me. So that's richness to me, you know what I mean? So I believe he would be pleased. Straight business.
You believe he'll be pleased?
What's the thing you miss the most about the Pimp?
Chad Butler.
Elaborate.
Chad Butler was more of the loving person who was very considerate and compassionate about people he knew, families, old school artists he knew, kids who ran up on him, just individuals he bumped into. He just always wanted to do something for them. You know what I mean? There's plenty times we in the mall, I don't even get to tell him, hey, this dude might be a op because this is a nigga my brother shot, you know what I mean? And he buy himself some shoes and he buy me some shoes and he gives the guy his shoes. Like we come straight out the store buying shoes and I got my shoes and he got his and we see dude. But I'm looking at dude, he ain't looking like he want no shit. He really looking at me like, nah, man, it's good. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. So Pimp like, hey man, what's up, man? You just got out? He like, yeah, man, I just got out. That nigga was big as fuck too. So he like, man, what you doing? Getting some shoes? He like, here, man. He handed him his shoes, and I think he went in his wallet and handed him some paper. You know what I'm saying? So he was always doing shit like that. When Pimp C was president, shit, you gonna be a bitch. Hold up, ho. Say, bitch, who you talking to?
So that brings up something else. So you saying Chad Butler and Pimp C? I've heard that before.
They're two different people.
There's character.
It's all kind of shit going on there. Sweet James Jones. Macca Jordan.
Yeah.
That's just a few that I know because what I love. Tony Snow. You know what I loved was Chad Butler. That's the dude. I was at the crib eating big barbecue with Ed barbecuing, making ribs, Mama baking cakes, all the kids running around having a good time. And we there just chilling on some grown men shit, talking about how we gonna provide for our families. That's the shit I was doing it for. Fuck all the fame, all the chains, and all this here trying to put on this persona. Nigga, we were bona fide hustling for that fucking legacy and them kids.
Wow. I've had a few people on here, man, and I'm gonna jump right into it. These guys tell a story about Master P. Mm-hmm. I heard OG Percy said the other day, ain't no nigga hit no Texas nigga. Ain't no who's that nigga hit no Texas nigga. You know how he go.
Yeah.
You know how OG Percy is. But at the end of the day, we've heard this story over and over again. I also seen what GDP put it up to where it was, where Master P talked a little bit about it. And I know it's old news on the bridge. I love Master P. I love Pimp C. I love the whole movement of the South. Of course, I don't play about it. All of them coming with me, including Birdman. All of them, including, anything Luke, I can grab him from Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody. But I'm just saying, like that story, when you hear it and you've heard it over and over again, what do you think about it? And even J-Dog was just on here, and he said, J-Dog was on here, and he was like, man, Pimp C told me one day out the blue, man, yeah, them nigga pistol whooped me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just give me your spiel on, like, when you heard about it, or when you think about it, what are the stories that came to you?
The trillest shit I could tell you is this. I got it first from Mama.
Wow.
Then I got it.
Wait. Don't just say I got it first from Mama.
What did you get from Mama?
Yeah. Well, explain that.
It's just a motherfucking interrogation. Because I ain't got to tell y'all shit. I ain't about to. I'm about to tell you what I want to tell you.
Give me the information.
These niggas be getting behind these microphones. Yeah, I did it at 9:45. I was over there on 6th Street. It was
Mama.
Man, all I can tell
Mama
you
West
is
this. Gone.
Mama told me when he got out, he told me. And then I talked to Bun Manager, Red Boy, he told me.
Same thing.
So it's a very incredible, explosive story. But the lesson in this story is this. If you're going to pop that shit, be ready for the repercussions. Any street nigga know that.
Wow. So the pistol whipping story is what you heard.
I don't know. I wasn't there. How the fuck I pulled? I'm somewhere laid up with a funky ratchet asshole and pulled off the pole and broke trying to hustle them craps.
Okay, but what did you say? Mama told you.
Told me what?
Right. You say Mama told me about the mouse.
Mama told me plenty of shit. We used to hang together. Plenty of years.
So, when you think about it, do you feel like these stories keep coming up just because it's the way the internet moves? Because you heard the sex tape thing from Pimp and Ken on here with Bobo and me. Mm-hmm. That went crazy. Like, it did. But I'm gonna tell you something about Ken. Mm-hmm. Ken never said who was what. He said, I knew a story. What'd he say? He said, I knew a story. He said, I remember a story being told. No, he said he was there. He said Pimp had a tape. Mm-hmm. He didn't say who was on the tape.
He didn't.
He didn't say, but people start.
I know who was on the tape.
Wait a minute. No.
I know.
No, but he didn't say who was on the tape or anything like that. But when you hear these stories, you say you know. How would you know?
How would I know?
You didn't stop. Yeah, like
how would I not know so much shit that I do know? Why would I not?
So you know who was on the tape?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a tape.
Yeah. But it wasn't Pimp on the tape.
That's what I heard too.
See, a lot of people hear what they want to hear. Like, I'm on the internet talking to people every day that's commenting, yeah, Pimp C had a sex tape with Beyonce. That's why Jay-Z knocked him out. Come on, man. You niggas are just patching and sewing shit together. You ain't even hearing what you think you hearing. Man, hey, man, these people special, man. These people special.
Because some people would say, okay, if he wasn't on the sex tape, then why would he have the tape?
Industry shit happens. Why niggas wind up with other people's chains? Why niggas always winding up with other people's property? Shit happens. You down with OPP? Man, you other people's property. I don't know. Shit.
So you've heard so many stories about, Pimp and everything. I want to go into the fact of, I'm gonna push forward. Boosie.
Yeah.
When the first time you heard of Boosie?
Way back in the day. He actually bought Boosie and Webbie when they was teens to Big Jack Barbershop. Big Jack being one of the cats that was in the 4BM before they broke off to be UGK. You know what I'm saying? They had a little setup in the back of his barbershop. He was like a master barber in Port Arthur. So he bought Boosie and Webbie over there. He talked about it way back then, but I just wasn't back off in the rap yet like that. I was lost in the streets fucking off. So I've been heard about him. And then when I saw him, you know what I mean, I didn't know what I was looking at. I don't think nobody knew those kids was going to become what they became. You know what I mean? But I've been around them cats a bunch of times. It took a while before Webbie opened up and really chopped it up with me, but he did, you know what I mean? And then the times I've been around Boosie, It was times when it was too crunk. We was at the club in some part of Louisiana, and he pulled up, you know what I'm saying, about 12 deep. Everybody got on T-shirts, looked like nightgowns and shit. And that was back in the day. And we standing out there talking to D Solo from Street Flavor out of Houston. So he actually got that footage. And so Pimp introduces all whoop, 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 and I chop it up with Boosie briefly. See him again in H-Town, same get up. Them niggas tried to grab a chain off of Bad Ad and them, and Bad Ad and them, bad, nigga got that motherfucking ass whoop around that whole man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. But then I met him again. Bun introduced me to him. Me, Gorilla Zoe, Boosie and shit. Then I met him again at the Lil Wayne show at the Cajun Dome. Me and Vicious opened up, and I chopped it up with him briefly, but he was gnawed. And at the time, I didn't know why. But at the time, him and Wayne had a little, you know what I mean? So it was always something going on when I was around him. But he always was cool with a nigga when I was around him.
I asked you to say this, like that Boosie early on, the Wipe Me Down and on back to when you talking about, versus the Boosie that we deal with today, the Vlad interviewing Boosie, the Boosie who built out his estate and got his kid's name, which is so dope. Streets with his kid's name in you know, around his house, and he building his own neighborhood out. What's the difference in those two Boosies? That the Boosie before he was caught on a murder case, when they had him on death row, versus the Boosie we deal with today, who just actually still dealing with a monitor on his leg right now. Right. Like what's the difference in these Boosies?
I think it's a beautiful combination of maturity, the type of life he's lived and the things he's seen. Man, it's about as closest to the end of your life you can get on death row. I should mention this, but my brother, you know what I'm saying, just went through fighting death or life, but we'll get back to it.
Okay.
So him coming out and now free, he's one of them dinosaurs because he was young enough, but he was always around the OGs, so he soaked up all that game. Then he was with an independent label, so he soaked up all that game. Now he come back, the OG of the young niggas, like he's living this combination of that young nigga OG shit at the same time, and he's maximizing it. We know what the business is when a nigga jump on that mic and say, fuck Charleston White or whomever, you know what I mean? So he perpetuating that motherfucking Al Jarreau on the major level, so that's why he's going on these Velaz, you know what I'm saying, doing this Orlando Brown type gangster shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hard.
It's a hell of a combination.
Yeah, I like it. I like the way you broke that down.
Yeah.
What you say about what Boosie said about Dallas? He said Dallas is his biggest platform.
He ain't coming back unless it's 150K.
Dallas is his biggest platform. This is where he get the most love and everything like that.
But they shot him in Dallas.
But because he got shot in Dallas, he said the only way he'll come back is if $150,000.
That makes perfect sense, because if somebody almost took your life in a place, most people wouldn't even return. But 150 racks will assure him he could put that security team in place the way he need to. He can cross his T's and dot his I's and come give the fans that still love him in Dallas a good show. If he come do this bitch half-ass, somebody might finish the motherfucking job. So 150, he already sat there and sketched that shit out, where that shit gonna be delegated at.
But I feel like if somebody
way to look at it.
I thought about that's what he'd want for the security, but he came and performed in Tyler many times already since then. If somebody really was trying to get him, they'll drive down to Tyler, go get him if they wanted to.
Yeah, they would, but what cake he bake in Tyler? It could be a fucking 3-story sheet cake baked in Dallas. This is home turf. Them niggas can whip up all kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and just going down into East Texas like that ain't that easy the way you making it sound.
Yeah.
They don't know these niggas down there. It's a bunch of niggas down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
but
niggas,
I don't know
niggas
shit,
everywhere, man.
Niggas.
Man, but you know, when you think about just Boosie and his legend, the way that he has, man, he's massaged our ears with a good sound ever since he been doing his thing, man. And you know, R.I.P. to Pimp, but with Pimp, you know, saucing it up, because Pimp had a lot to do with it. I think I was telling Bobo that the other day, like, you know, Pimp was definitely a big piece of that puzzle, the way that whole thing came together. And to this day, I've been enjoying it, man. Shout out to Boosie Boo.
Straight up. And Webbie.
And Webbie, man, that nigga there, man, he true to it too, and loyal as they come, man. He love Pimp, man.
Man, when I went to Jackson, Mississippi, and I was able to witness a very intimate Boosie show. He was about to get locked up. And the show was something I never seen before because it was packed as hell, wall to wall. But it was all these people that was in unison that was directly connected to his energy. And everything he was telling them, they was hanging on to every word. He like, man, my diabetes been fucking with me. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, why would he at a rap show talk about that? But then everybody like, oh man, like everybody, this is his family. His fans are different. His fans is his motherfucking family. Mm-hmm. Then he like, man, I might be going through this time. And he like, something about somebody. Then he started crying and shit. Everybody in the goddamn crowd was damn near crying. I'm like, where the fuck am I? You know what I mean? So I understood, like, man, this Boosie shit, this is some different shit.
Wow. It was, somebody got mad at me about the Boosie Jay-Z comparison. I can't remember who it was. Oh, I remember who it was now. Yeah, because I basically, I wasn't saying that Boosie was, but Boosie to us, I'm not from the East Coast.
Right.
So when I relate to niggas that talk in the South, okay?
I got you.
Like if you put somebody, I'll be like, that nigga talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, you might have had to, eat, Roman noodle. They do that up there, but down here we might have had to go to the well to get some water.
Right.
It just might be a different way we did it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not saying there's no takeaway from nobody else, because I love them too up there. They look like us. But when you hear the sounds of what Boosie do, and the way his music come across, and the way it's therapy for people who've been locked up.
That's
people who've been, who've been locked up in the South and who've been through this stuff, man. If you ain't been through it, you ain't gonna be able to understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? But what he does and even like Webbie holding him down when he was gone the best he could.
Right.
People don't realize that was heavy. I love seeing Webbie out there giving it a roll. And when Boosie come on, Boosie say, man, you know that nigga don't supposed to be in there talking, man. Y'all here, Webbie out here talking and doing interviews, man.
And we getting it in the best he could.
Best he could, man.
And he always been, you know what I'm saying, a good dude when I was around. Like he let a lot of people around him. That's one of the things that I watched. I was like, damn, I wish I was closer to them, because I would suggest, man, watch this perimeter. There's too many just, hey, I'm around type dudes, like anybody and everybody, but that's his energy. Just with Pimp, now we didn't move like that. We moved totally different, but at the same time, that's their camp. I respect it. If that's how they move, that's how they move. But we just didn't move like that. So when I used to hang with them, I'd be like, damn, man, the perimeter is being broken by just so many people who could just walk up and blend in.
I want to ask you about the Trill Burgers. We went down there and hung out with Bun, ate that Trill Burger, and you say you ate one. Just how big is that? And I think he said they sold a bunch of damn burgers this month. I just seen a thing come out of how many burgers they sold. Like it was a crazy number, to be honest with you. But I know the first month they say he made $1 million. What? How do you feel about what Bun is accomplishing Trill Burgers, and just how was your feeling when you went to Trill Burger?
He treated us very well. It was one thing I felt kind of weird about, but that's maybe me asking too much. But at the same time, he treated us really well. The food was good. And what I would hope is that he could expand that thing to anywhere and everywhere in Texas and wherever it'll be welcome. His success, it only opens doors for more Trill niggas. So I want my nigga to go as high as, the universe and the God is gonna take him. And that's what's up. My legend, I just be wanting sometime for people to implement it in the places that it fit. You know what I mean? Like they play a lot of Southern music and shit. Niggas got to tell me, hey man, that shit you got ain't jamming. And it can't be true because the fans already said it have. And then the most majors nigga in life who I wanted to display my talent to was Pimp and Bun. Mm-hmm. So when Pimp told me, oh yeah, nigga, this what's up. You just be having some shitty ass beats. Nobody can ever tell me different. But it's like my contribution, anything I do is like, it's swept to the side. Like, man, most niggas had labels and backers and, money from, whomever to propel them to be visible. I missed the boat with the distributors when everybody was getting out there going to all the small towns. I came in just a little late. And it's my own fault because I stopped rapping for like 7 years. Lost in the streets on some bullshit. But I love my music. I got a loyal fan base fucking with it. It's just sometimes some people I feel should line it up where it go. You know what I mean? So you telling me like the ESGs, the other OG artists and shit, you telling me Hezeleo records can't be in that playlist when curators on Spotify and all these other playlists throws it in there without anybody telling them? Why does it belong amongst that with strangers? You know what I mean? So I just wish some niggas would give me my motherfucking card, place me where I belong, or hey, don't. I'll do it my goddamn self.
That's what I was going to say. You definitely can do it yourself in these days and times.
Right.
And you're doing that.
Quit trying to hide a 6'3" nigga, 300 and some pound. Goddamn.
I want you to tell me.
I'm a lump in the rug.
I want you to tell me about also what you think about Kefd, man, getting locked up after 30 years, 27 years or whatever. I think about 27 years, 26 years, 27. Going on Vlad. Vlad say he's a investigative journalist. This is the first time that he says that his video will be used in the court of law to convict someone. What do you think about that? And do you feel like this is the first time?
No, I don't think it's the first time. I just think that bona fide street niggas should not get enticed by these motherfucking cameras and these microphones. The conversations I have when I talk about crazy shit, it's more just physical little boy shit, fights and shit like that happened 25, 30 years ago. You talking about shit that ain't got no statute of limitations, and you sitting your big gangster ass in front of these cameras behind these microphones, too comfortable incriminating yourself. I've been in entertainment so goddamn long, I'm damn near knowing what I'm talking about every time I come in here, how I'm approach it. A gangster street nigga ain't got that type of meticulous type thought. He's a street nigga. He got thoughts of the street shit he's done. I'm not a street nigga. I was a lost kid that made some choices that wind up doing some street shit and learned how to do some gangster shit. But at the end of the day, I'm just a nigga out of PA that's a grown man that take care of his business. But these are bona fide street niggas, a part of historical moments. Tupac, there'll never be another. And you comfortable talking about this shit? Yeah, man, because I was doing
Writing
this.
the book about it. Writing the book. We wrote a whole book about it.
Man, you better talk about some shit that don't make no sense.
He wrote a whole book. He wrote a book, and he went and talked about it on several platforms, like Boss Talk. He went on there and he just told him his story. That night he was in the car. Some people say he was driving. He said he was driving. You know, it's wild stuff going on with that. Allegedly, he was the driver. His nephew was busting out the window. You know, I mean,
nigga, do you know how many of them stories I might have? You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, I'm from Port Arthur, Texas. Cadillacs over Lexus. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and it's gonna do what the fuck it's gonna do. Know what I'm talking about? 50,000 population. Niggas on top of niggas. Niggas is colliding and clashing like a motherfucker. But you think I'm gonna get on some raps and go to talking about that? Man, all the street shit I didn't even land in my raps. Cause a nigga told me when I went to Houston, he told me a detrimental story about a nigga that was performing. They got popped on stage.
Damn.
And you know why? Because when you cross that line talking about you're an artist, your whereabouts are promoted. Mm-hmm. Live on stage, Saturday, 10 p.m., be there, be square, bring your pistol. You know what I mean? And you on stage, you're there, you're gonna be there. So if your op want to get you, goddamn, he got all the opportunity to do it. He can get you on your way in, on your way out, or he can get your ass on stage. And so when a nigga told me that when I was getting back into my music, then another nigga told me some other shit, I'm like, innuendo. So all my raps, I be saying some crazy ass shit, but at the same time, I'm not implementing a nigga who ain't got no voice. I got plenty of niggas that we've agreed as men, hey, we gonna let this shit die. But what if I get on raps and go to, yeah, nigga, remember I bust you in your motherfucking head, fuck your bitch, yeah, nigga, and I say 100,000, 250,000 copies. This nigga that got this memory multiplied over and over and over in his head. He going to the store to try to forget about it. Nigga passing by, blaring it out the car. His homeboys, oh, that nigga say he fuck your bitch. You know he talking about you. That nigga gonna feel some type of way.
That's real. That's so real. So I think I hit you with this question.
Come on, man.
Zero gonna ride blue and I'ma ride red.
Yeah.
That's what Pimp said.
Yeah.
Red.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any gangs, any gang affiliates, anything to do with gangs in the Port Arthur area? Did he just like red? I'm just going by his verse. He said Zero gonna ride blue and Zero, we know, you hear stories of him allegedly being a part of the Hoovers or what was the deal? Did Port Arthur have any people down there that believe, that rode with the gang, the blue red blood Crip thing?
Most definitely, I would have to say that arrived, early 90, you know what I mean? Pimp wasn't affiliated with any of that. He just, you got to dig it, he's an entertainer, so he know the game. He know what's going to spark the interest. Red turn heads.
He used to say it all the time.
Yeah, so he was so many steps ahead of the average person because he was an artist. He's a creator, you know what I mean? He plays instruments, you know what I mean? So he spent a lot of time cultivating and taking care of his business to become who he wanted to be artist-wise. Now that street shit, yeah, it's Bloods and Crips and PA.
It is.
You know what I mean? And I know a lot of them.
Out of them 50,000, you got about what percentage is Bloods and Crips?
Oh shit! It's a small percentage because that 50,000 also is talking about, everybody in that area. But it's a major part because that's the shit that's gonna make the paper all the time. Mm-hmm. Like I know the canvas of Port Arthur that people lock their doors about. You know what I mean? People buy double barrel shotguns.
Where's this accent coming from?
Hey man, I got all kinds.
You heard it.
Hey man, I'm also in a movie coming
country,
out,
man.
Country, real quick.
Yeah, I got a movie. I'm in a movie coming out, man. Shout out to Doobie D. He just dropped a movie. I do a little cameo in it. Yeah.
That's all.
That nigga tricked me to come get in the movie. Talking about I'm big actor in the movie. I was a goddamn extra in that motherfucker.
You was an extra?
That nigga had me be an extra in that motherfucker. Hey, that nigga hurt my feelings. Nigga, I don't come outside unless it's real business. You know what I mean? But that my little nigga, man. He doing some major shit. And his movie coming out soon. And shout out to my niggas in East Texas. Now, in that movie, I got a hell of a role. It's called Parole Money 3.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, and I'm also like on the soundtrack of this. So it's like strategic ways of getting that music out. Now I'm trying to land that shit on movies, and if you notice, I use it in all my YouTube videos and shit like that. So we get it out there the best way we can. But yeah, the characteristics and the personality and the charisma is always who I've always been. But growing up in certain environments, you know what I mean, you're not comfortable being yourself. But I've reached this pinnacle in life. Not a pinnacle, but I've reached a point in life where I'm myself. I'm back myself.
Yeah, because pinnacle is the top.
Yeah, I
like
ain't
got
that's why I corrected that shit.
Well, he's it, man. Like I said, man, I always enjoy having you on the show, man. I hope we did you justice like Boss Talk 101. I always try to do. You've been coming here. You was here before everybody. I don't know if you realize that. As far as the Pimp C stories, you were the first one to UGK. But you know, that was early on, and people don't realize. Like I said, I always tell a story about how God put you in my life. I met you in the parking lot. The store been here 17 years.
Come on.
You introduced me to Steve B-Lo. I heard Bun talk about it. You was the one that basically I called you and say, man, I need Steve B-Lo. You went and found it for me. After that, Steve B-Lo calls me back after he come on the show, say, hey man, Bobo, you need to interview Bobo. Bobo want to come on the show. And I said, okay, well, shit, Bobo can come on the show. I don't care what. Who the hell is Bobo is what I said. Let's be real. That's what I said. And he was like, Bobo, lost his baby in the house. I said, damn show, would he here? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, get that nigga to me. And that's how this whole thing rolled out. That was Bobo's first interview. Like I said, you was first, then came Steve B-Lo, then came Bobo, and then after that, where we at today. Me and you even celebrated Pimp together.
Come on,
it's like on his birthday, me and you playing stuff like that, and people don't realize we take this so serious about trying to make sure we keep the name alive. Then Bun appreciated us. Bun B said he watches us. He watched the show.
He be busy, but when he got time and he checks some shit out and it ain't cockamamie, he gonna fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I lose people in the sauce because I'm all over the place, but it's my own method to do what I did. And I can't really reveal it. I just have to keep work him the way I work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because what works for you may not work for me.
Well, I just like the way that you hold true to who you are, you know,
Right.
and you definitely mentioned God, and you know what I mean.
Got to.
The thing is, man, we getting older, man. I just lost a homeboy, and like I told Bun, we not gonna be here forever.
No.
You know, and to be here now is live, man. Because look at all the people that are not here. When you start going down that road, you start running into not just Pimp, but look at all of these different rappers, all of these different family members, all these different uncles and aunties and brothers and sisters disappearing, and we still here. Yeah. That's a reason to believe, man. That's a reason to put God first. And when I hear you mention God, I have a breath of fresh air because we older guys, man. So I think that's so live, and your kids get to hear you. You know that you ain't too caught up in yourself to understand that God is real, and that's real.
Was always just going through too much real shit. And let me say this, before my mom passed, my brother was on death row.
Wow.
He did about 8-9 years in that thing. And they were gonna go ahead and take him out. But it was some white folks that fought for him. I'm talking about tooth and nail. And just recently they brought him back to court and re-sentenced him. Because he was on a capital murder, it was only 2 options. But they was happy that they was able to get him off the death, and he got life without the possibility of parole, and he's happy about it.
Wow.
So it gives me a bittersweet type feeling like I still have my brother, but not in a physical form. And my mom said before she died, I don't want them folks to kill my baby.
Wow.
I hope they don't kill my baby. I pray to God they don't kill my baby. So mama, they're not gonna kill your baby.
That's hard. That's hard. That's big. Now that right there is something to celebrate. See, people be caught up in themselves and don't understand, man. This here is heavy. Like, people think they got a problem. When you start looking at somebody else's problem, man, you'll start to find out yours ain't just as bad as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? So, man, thank you so much, man. Let me see these hats, man. And you brought me something, didn't you?
Oh yeah, man. Let them check.
Let's see what we got going here, man. Y'all brought me something, man. Y'all brought me something over here, man.
Young Heezy, what's up, baby? I told on you, boy.
What's going on? I ain't asked for no shirts. These mine?
Man, I'm blessing your game.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
This man got me. You know I'm gonna wear this shirt. Stop playing.
Yeah.
This.
What size you wear?
Man,
I bought.
He a large.
I'm gonna wear a large.
Who need a large?
He a large.
What about you?
Medium.
Medium or large depends on how it runs.
See how considerate I am?
Man, you brought all the right sizes.
Come on, man.
Check it out.
Now, I ain't bringing niggas 2 apiece now.
No, just check it out. Check it out.
I bought you some options, baby. You know what I mean? But I got you a bunch of hats here, man, and
Man.
hope you enjoy them. That's what it's all about, man. TrillGear.biz, man. And also follow me on YouTube. I'm gonna finesse this mic while they mesmerized by the gear. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Let me take out one of your hats. Let me see
Take it.
what's up.
Okay, yeah, I'll help you out.
Get that black hat out of there. Let me see what we got there, man.
Yeah, this the official. Like you say, the official Miss Jamaica.
Hey.
I always wanted to ask you what you be saying, Wagwan. What that mean?
Just like what you just said. What's going on?
Wagwan.
Yes.
Wagwan. I'm gonna start saying that.
You hit it too. Oh, there it is. Look at this right here, man. These are them Trill hats, man. Of course, you see the legendary Pimp C on the side of them.
Good too.
These hats will, he been watching Boss Talk. He watches this, man.
I do.
He support us. This is he really know support me. It's a lot of niggas I hear say it, but I know this nigga got my back, and that's why I rock with him. I don't play by him at all.
Niggas Hollywood.
I call this nigga when I'm in LA. I've been calling you. I've been doing that a long time, man.
Yeah, we be spitboxing and lip rattling on the phone.
Let me ask you a question on them hats, because you do all the flatbeds. You ever thought about doing
They can bend them, you know that.
Like the dad looking hats?
Yeah,
no, like these.
That's the dad looking.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's what people call it. I just haven't found my audience for that yet.
Yeah, but I can take
I
it.
call
it
a baseball cap.
I can, they wet these and bend them. They can make this the same way.
Yeah.
My manufacturer, I just have to. Tell
No, I'm talking about like if somebody wanted an individual one done like that, you can get it done. Lids was telling us the other day that they do them like that. You know what I mean? And sell them just like that right there. Yeah, they'll take one just like this and do it for the customer.
Right.
I think it costs like $5 or $6 more, but
Been your own damn hat.
no, they wet it and they do it on the machine.
wet
Make
that
that
hoe?
whole. They make that whole right. Cause it's cardboard.
I seen what they do on the machine, man. They be steaming them bitches and beating the shit out of them. My manufacturer send me videos, let me know how.
Man, thank you so much, man. Like I said, man, thank you for these gifts, man.
Thank y'all, man.
Open that medium shirt. We're gonna take the medium and the large.
Incredible job.
You already got a medium and large over here.
Okay.
Giving
cool.
exposure.
It's what he has on right there.
Okay. Man, it's going down, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Heezy, man, we love you, bro. You Boss Talk 101 forever and a day. Nigga, that's a long time when you say forever and a day.
That's beautiful.
Check it, man. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk.
And
Tell you all.